Yeah, if you have a bottle, I just had a sip, which is probably all I really needed, but.
Sorry about the choice of bottle. Oh, you got it. Is that pops with water? It's a water. I told him sorry about the choice of bottles. That's what came out.
Oh, that's a
No.
uncracked.
That's okay, it don't matter.
Did you eat?
No, I try not to eat lunch. Make a big breakfast and dinner.
I'm gonna get you something.
No. I feel like I should be doing something. Seems like a waste of assets. You know.
Yeah, you feel hopeless. I'd be the same way. I'd want to get down there too.
Well, that's it. I don't know if I can do anything, but I mean, it's just, I don't know if, if I need somebody to get a hold of Andrew.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Good finish on.
Time they get done with school, 2:30?
3.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you have anybody that could get him if you needed to?
Nope. I mean, he can go home with and Dave said he could go there, but that's just out of the, I opened that already.
Yeah, I was gonna say take that.
But I mean, he was supposed to stay. The key is to make sure he stays there until I can figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. I don't know. I mean, we have to do something tonight because we're not going back home. I don't even know, when am I gonna be able to get back home?
Back home?
Yeah. Like getting to the house, I mean.
Today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
they'll do what they gotta do.
Yeah. I mean, you'll be able to go back home.
That's what I mean.
Well, I want to is the question.
Well, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, but I can get in there and
once they're doing, they got, like I said, they have things they have to do out there.
Mm-hmm.
Put the pieces of the puzzle together, figure out what's going on, etc. And then once they're done doing what they do, and it takes a long time, whether it's for you or whether it's for me or whether it's for anybody else, it takes a long time. And then once they're done doing everything, then they'll open it up. So at that point, right now it's limited to who they allow to come and go. And then once they clear that up, which so it'll be sometime today,
That's me. There's somebody down at the hospital then with Brenda. They'll interview Brenda. And they'll interview
I think
Sydney because they were talking to Sydney. Sydney was just laying there, just it was clear shock.
You saw all those cars? The
Yeah.
cars that are out there, so the protocol is, and I can't tell you this happened because I wasn't there, but I'm sure what happened is when they left with Brenda and Sydney,
Mm-hmm.
somebody went with them or followed them
Mm-hmm.
to the hospital.
Yeah, they left in separate transport.
That's usually what happens.
Okay.
That's the protocol. What happens is people remove themselves from the scene.
Like I said, and
To
she was in there for
either
a while.
ride with or follow them down
Mhm.
to the hospital. So, to answer your question, somebody will be down with them. And then you said Brenda's mom and dad are going.
Brenda's mom and stepdad are going. Here's Brenda's mom. Hello?
Go into the hospital.
I'm at the police station. I don't. Nope. Yeah. Why is that? They said they're not at Akron City. Brenda's mom said they haven't processed her yet. Where would she be?
I think they went to city.
I don't know.
Yeah, I heard Sid. They were going to Akron
They
General.
converted to
Dave
city.
came back and said they're going to city.
Maybe the information isn't input yet or something. I don't know, but
It's been a long time. My mom should be there too, and so should my brother. Yeah, I just talked. Yeah, all right. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. He was supposed to stay for lacrosse practice. Supposed to stay from 3 to 5:30. So, yeah, right. He will be okay. And then we'll go from there. All right. Bye bye. Yeah, they haven't gotten there yet. That doesn't seem right.
they got there.
They haven't
Yeah.
processed. Sorry.
That
Does that make sense?
That
In
makes
a
sense.
trauma, I'm assuming what it would be.
Well, they would take them in and start working paperwork and enter, and then the computer comes later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, the well-being
Right.
part is getting treated. So you said it's her mom and dad, or her mom?
Her mom and stepdad.
Her stepdad, Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, Bob.
Yeah. And then your mom's going.
Yeah, my mom's going, and then my brother.
And Dave's going
Yeah,
too?
Dave. And that's it. I probably should call somebody else, but I wouldn't know.
Where's Greg at nowadays?
Brunswick. I believe he's just teaching up there in Brunswick. I don't know if it's
Teaching?
Yeah.
You guys are teaching. Good grade. Is he
Good
elementary or high school?
It's middle school, I believe. Good question.
I don't know about him. I can't say he was a teacher.
I'm not quite sure either.
I can't say he was a teacher. Just from what I remember, but probably could send me as a copy or so.
Well, that's
And Dave is still in Akron?
yeah.
He's not North Carolina, is he?
Yeah, he's still there.
Is he? I think we went to his house once upon a time.
Yeah, you had a suicide by call there. His brother or somebody. Brooke was a baby.
Yeah.
He talked to me about it. I said, over on, he lives on,
His
what
brother.
the fuck's the name of his road? Riverside and, you know, how you go around Riverside, Pitkin, Riverside up the hill, Collinwood.
Collinwood.
Almost on the corner of Collinwood. There's a house on the corner of Collinwood, and his house is a house that sits, the garage is in the back. I think you guys were partners.
That was years.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't remember
Well,
the
Brooks
remember the details.
The call came out as suicide. And you bought Hook a Bear. I remember, those are the details I remember.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
What do you want to see?
Oh, you're fine, it's over here. This is the consent to search here. How do you spell your first name?
Steven.
You can look it over. Just gives us. Three. Who'd you get a call from, or what happened?
Got a call from
He
him.
called for me.
Oh, okay.
He said there was a call, went out, a distress call from the University of Mount Union where my daughter was going, and said, female in distress. And I said, well, that's funny because Brenda's there, my wife. So I said, well, let me call. So I called Brenda, and it rings on the cell phone, no answer. I call Sydney back, it rings, no answer. I call Brenda back, ring, no answer. I'm pacing around. I call Jeep back, and as I'm on the phone with him, telling him there's no answer, my daughter calls me back and said, "Oh, Mom's on the phone with Mount Union." I said, "What, cops are on the way?" And she went, "There was a break-in, and she just started going off. She said, "What?" She said, "There's been somebody broke into the house. There's blood everywhere." And I'm like, "Stop!" And then that's when I called. I'm sure there was conversations after that, but I'm not going to remember the detail. She was hysterical and crying. I called Jeep back and said, "Yeah, I don't know what I told you. I don't know if I said it was legit or yeah, it's the cops on the way. There's been a break-in incident," and I left. Drove home and saw about.
So at first, when you talked to her, she said that your wife was on the phone with Mount Union.
Yes.
And
As soon as I said cops are on the way, the hysterics started.
Is she still attending Mount Union?
Well, as far as we knew up until today, yes, but apparently not for the last, I don't know, maybe couple weeks. Because I tried to get on, I don't know, this was a couple weeks ago, I tried to get on the website I like to check the balance, and she's been coming home on and off on the weekends a little, just odd, little frequently. Not never seemed odd for sorts, I mean, it's acted perfectly normal. But she came back, and I'm like questioning, well, why aren't you at school? Why are you coming home? And it's all the same, just the vague non-answers. And so she turned off her like Life 360 app. But I think on that app you can't see where she's going. You can kind of see highlights of where the phone was. Well, I'm kind of looking. I'm like going, well, you're not where you're supposed to be. This is kind of weird. So I called her on it, and I said, Mount, because I went on, so then I tried to go on the Mount Union website, and I figured, I was going to see if there's anything on that. Parents only have so much,
Right.
I'm willing to pay the bill and everything, but if you want to find anything about it, you're out of luck.
Right.
So, but I figured I'm going to try. So I sign on, it says your password or your login or password ID doesn't work. I'm like, well, that's weird. So I recovered my password, and I put in the right answer, and it didn't work, and I did that a few times, and I texted her back and said, something's not working, what's wrong? She comes up with something that says the website's down, basically, and but I'm working on it. So a few days pass later, nothing seems out of the ordinary until maybe it was today, I tried to get back on. Well, Mount Union calls me today, because I sent them an email that says, my user ID is this, my ID is this, my password's not working, my recovery answer won't work, and I know where I was born, I know my car, and it doesn't, when you type in your recovery email, the system just, it didn't recognize it. So I sent Mount Union Billing an email and says, basically, what's wrong? So she calls me back today and says, well, the reason you can't get on, long story short, is your daughter is unenrolled. So I went, what's going on? So I text Sydney, I'm like, oh, give me a call. I have a question to ask you. I call her, no answer. I say, give me a call, question to ask. I have a question to ask you. And I look on that little Life 360 app, and her car was at home. I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird. So I leave my phone at home so she can't track me. And I go home, and there she is. She's at home. Perfectly normal. I mean, she's crying because I said, what's going on? Are you not going to school? She goes, I'm overwhelmed in school, and I don't really like what I'm doing, and it seems like it's a waste of my time and your money. I said, well, but that's all part of it. Nobody's going to tell you you need to do what you're doing when you're 20. You need to figure it out. But you have to work through the problem. You can't just ignore the problem and have it go away. It's not.
I'm sorry, when did you have that conversation?
Today, like 11:30. I don't remember. Yeah, it was before I left work. I left work because it was before lunch. It was maybe around 11, because I was probably there from 11 to 11:30. So from her phone call. So that, I mean, that's what I said. You know, my recommendation is call the school back, call the student union, get reinstated, and then if you have to take the summer off, take the summer off. Figure out what you want. She was supposed to take summer class because she changed a couple majors, and that's what she goes. All my friends have their shit together, and I don't. I said, well, I'm 54 and I don't have my shit together. That, you know, don't look at it that way. You need to work the problem. You can't just have the problem sit there, and ignoring it is not going to do you any good. So I went back. I called my wife from my daughter's phone. She picks up. She was working down at Children's. And she goes, what's wrong? And I basically told her, I said, you know, I mean, Sydney, I think the reason we can't get on is because she's unenrolled. She hasn't been going to school. She goes, well, and then we talked to Jill, her boss, and says, I'll see if I can come home. So I left. On the way home, I either on my way back to work or when I'm at work, I call Brenda, and she's like, well, I'm just pulling in now. So I let it go, and then I get a text from Brenda that says, she says something to the effect of she was on the phone waiting for someone from Student Affairs to call me back. And that was at 12:36. She said, how much was the check that they're returning? Because Mount Union told me too before with the phone conversation, look, we're returning your check. I'm like, well, you know, nobody would return a check. So I said, I texted her back at 12:36, and I said I had no idea. It was electronic. I said, check on the scholarship too, make sure she didn't lose that at 12:37. At 12:39, I got on the bank account, and I said, maybe. I go, $5,435. And then at 12:41, what did you discuss with her? And that was it.
So 12:41 was the last.
12:41 was the last, and I don't know how to tell what time I got his call. Recent. Been 12:54. 12:54 seems like it, because then I called, maybe it was a little before that, maybe it was 12:51, that sounds maybe right.
What is your phone number?
330-472-3951. So at 12:49 I called, and I think it went to run. I don't know if it connected or not. I don't know how to do that. 12:51 a call from Jeep. Then at 12:52 I called Brenda. 12:53 I called Sydney. 12:53 I called Brenda. 12:54 I called Jeep and said there's no answer. Here, you can look at it. So I don't know. So I called Jeep and said there's no answer. Then while I'm on the phone with Jeep, Sydney calls back, and that was that conversation.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you Steve?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Crystal from
Hi.
Victim Assistance. How are you?
Okay.
This is Miranda.
Hi. So then that was it. Then after that, then I left once I talked to Sydney, and I hightailed it home.
you right now?
No, not right now. Not yet. Once I can go where I need to be.
Yes.
I just took a picture.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
Now, how long has she been acting funny, your daughter?
just been a couple weeks. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't remember when she came home that first time, kind of out of the blue, but that was.
She said she was stressed out.
She told me that today. She told me that today, that she was overwhelmed.
Is she on any medication? Or anything?
Nope. No.
Has she ever tried like marijuana or?
I don't know. I didn't think she drank until the first time she drank, and then I think she
How long ago
realized.
was that?
It was last year. It was her
Oh.
freshman year, and I'm sure she does. I'm not gonna be,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say she doesn't, but I don't think it was ever a problem. But I don't, not an expert in that field.
Has she ever had any psychological problems in the past?
No. She's always been, shy and, reserved, and that was always the problem. Is, she never says anything.
Okay.
So, well, Brenda said she didn't realize she was having her period until tampons were missing.
Oh.
Excuse my language. So that's just the kind of person that she was. It was all, internalized, and that's why I told her now. I said, well, nobody can help you if you don't tell what the problem is.
Did she say anything else about the break-in or anything like that?
Just hysterics. Said there was a break-in and there's blood everywhere, and I'm like, where's your mother? And she's just nothing.
What is your daughter's phone number? Do you know that offhand? Or is it-
Not that I don't,
You're
but this does.
Yeah, you're probably like me. I don't know.
I don't know when. I know mine.
I just have the names in there.
I'm not even sure if I know how to do this. To be honest. I'm not quite sure how to find it. What do I call it? That's for sure. I don't. It's. Oh, here it is. 330-907-4695.
That's Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney.
Correct.
Do you know your wife's?
Yeah, that's 330-907-5939.
Were you able to go in the house at all? Or?
I made it in far enough to see the back fit. When you go into the front door, you come around the kitchen, you go in, you can see there's like a pass-through between the kitchen and the family room.
Uh-huh.
The back of the house, I could see the right hand, there's two big sliding windows. I could see that window was clearly, it looked like it was busted, and the blinds they looked like they were pushed in. Went down the hallway probably about 2 feet, just enough to see blood all the way down the hallway, and then somebody told me I gotta go. As I was yelling, and there was no response from Brenda.
Now the back door, this sliding door, do you guys use that at all?
No, there's a couch in front of it. We do in the summer, when the couch is moved. The love seat's usually moved from the sliding doors here. The couches you moved over into like this area, and we can go back out that back door for the patio and stuff.
And that's locked?
Uh-huh.
Do you have like a safety?
There's a lock, and there's a lock on the bottom of it too.
Okay.
And the sliding glass one, there's a lock, but I'm sure the button wasn't.
On the window? Or
Yeah, the window. There's sliding windows is what was busted open.
Right, I saw
Okay,
that.
yeah, there's the sliding door that we haven't used it since last probably fall. Once we got our Christmas tree on Thanksgiving, we moved the couch out of the way and put the tree in that corner.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Well,
But
We're not sure. It looks like, I don't think someone broke into the house. I don't know if your wife and daughter got into an argument or got physical. I mean, the window was broken, but there's no forced entry into the house. The window's broken, but nobody actually came through that window. And the sliding door was unlocked. So, did your wife and daughter ever have like really heated
No,
arguments?
no, no.
So we're here for you, Steve. We're here for anything that happens from here on out, okay?
this is not possible.
So sorry this is happening.
I'm gonna go. Where can I go?
Your son's outside, but he doesn't know anything that's going on.
My son's here?
Yes. We got him from school because of the situation, the way social media is, and people, we didn't want him to be at school by himself.
Would you like one of us to just go be with your son?
I don't know. I don't know.
Take your time. You know, there's no rush for anything here. Are there any other family members you want us to call? Or?
Just her mom's at the hospital.
Okay.
Her stepdad. They didn't tell. They're not gonna tell her anything.
Who's that, her mom?
Yeah. Will they tell the mom?
I didn't even know she was at the hospital. I know she went, but I wasn't sure where.
What is her mom's name?
Betsy.
Betsy.
Same last, what's the last?
Brown.
Betsy Brown.
Is there anyone who could pick up your child?
He's
here.
He's here.
I mean, do you want him to stay with you, or?
I don't know what I want. I don't know what to do.
Take your time,
I don't know what to
okay?
do.
That's
Well,
why
we're all
we're
here to
here.
help you.
That's why we're here.
I have nowhere to go. Nothing to do. I can't go home.
How long will it be before he could
City? Am I allowed to go?
Traveling.
I don't know.
Who do you wanna go see, your wife?
Yeah.
Okay, they're probably not gonna let you see her, but I don't know what their protocol is at the hospital. I can always call and see.
Or see my mom is there, or my,
Okay.
or her mom.
Yeah, I mean, you go wherever you wanna go, we don't have you, you're not in custody, you can go where you want, you do what you want. I probably would not go to see your daughter.
What's going on there?
Well, she got a few minor cuts on her and stuff, but I think she might be at City. They took one to Akron General, one to City, I'll find out exactly where.
Oh, well, that's, yeah, they're at City. I thought Brenda was going to City.
She could have. I'm not sure. I'll find out real quick.
Steve, what can we do to help? What do we do?
I don't know what I need. I don't know anything. I know
And-
nothing. I don't know where to go with Andrew. I don't know where to go to see Grant. I don't know. I have no idea.
He's here, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's probably wondering why the hell he's here.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't know where to begin, how we
No idea.
bring him into this conversation, but he's gonna need to know.
But yeah, yeah, that
He's gonna
might.
find out. I don't know if maybe you guys can help him.
How old is your son?
16.
16. Do you think that you might want him to come in here, or you're not sure?
I don't know. I know nothing. I don't know what I want or how I feel or
It's okay. Take
how
time.
anybody should feel.
Understandable.
Steve, nothing you wanna talk to him?
Man, I don't know.
You know?
I don't know the way home.
What
My car.
You know what?
I think I need to go to the hospital just to be with them. That's what I want to do.
Did we talk to?
That's okay. Let me
That's
find out
what
where
I
she
should do.
is.
That's what I want to do.
If you want to speak to your son before you leave,
Oh yeah, yeah.
we can definitely help you with that. Are you wanting to tell him, or would you like someone else?
I want to tell him. Yeah, I want to tell him.
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
Should tell him. Clearly they think Sydney did this. I lost 2. She's going to jail forever. Wife's dead.
I know they're gonna do everything they can to make sure that they find out exactly what happened. Nothing's definite as of yet. They still have to do their investigating.
Did he go check to see why he go?
Well, he was checking to see the hospital for sure, and then he went to talk to him about he wasn't.
And where's Andrew? Is he just sitting out there by himself, or is he with?
Is he dealing with something? Would you want maybe when there's less people?
Well, yeah, I don't want
Check
anybody in here
for
with
you.
me when I
Yeah,
talk to him, but that's
yes.
he is.
You have to tell him when there's less people.
I don't want anybody. I just want me and him. I don't know if that's legal. I don't care.
Yeah,
You don't want any of
I don't want any of you.
Yeah.
No, I just want Andrew.
Absolutely.
You
We'll
just
be
come and
right
get us
Yeah,
when you're
I
ready,
will.
okay?
Be right outside the door.
Oh, that's okay. I'll watch your stuff.
Close the door.
I got you.
Thanks. Sit down. Mom's dead. No. I don't know. Mommy, I don't know what happened yet. Sydney's hurt. I don't know what happened, Andrew. It's just you and me. Sydney's dead too. Yeah, I know Sydney's not dead. Oh my God, thank you. But I don't know what's going on yet, Andrew. But they just told me Mom died. Mom. It's just nuts. I don't know, Andrew. Mom. No. I don't know, buddy. Come here. I don't know what to do. We're gonna go to the hospital. Grandma and Grandpa are there. Hey, Grandma's there. I don't know what to do, Andrew. I don't know what to do, Andrew.
What do you,
Huh?
what are you gonna do?
I don't know. I have no idea, buddy. We are going to survive.
When are you gonna go?
As soon as we can. They're gonna see where she is. And we can't go home, Andrew.
Why?
Because we can't go home for a while.
Did it happen at home?
Yes. Yes. We can't go home for a while, son.
When are we gonna go?
I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do, Andrew. We'll do something.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do something. We'll go in and get some stuff and go to a hotel till we can clean the house and sell it and move. I'm not moving there. Guys, we'll figure out where Mom is. We'll go get her. Sydney's at some other hospital. They don't know what happened. You'll find out when I do. I'm not gonna tell you, and I don't know.
Do you have any idea?
I have no idea. I can't say. I don't know. They don't know. They haven't told me. They're investigating.
So they spoke to the hospital?
Yes. Your mom, I think, is at Akron City. Akron City has a general maybe. But yeah, he interviewed me, that text me interviewed me, and said no. It's not fair. Come here. Now here, we are not gonna argue anymore. I mean, listen, what I could do. I don't care what you do, I'm never gonna argue with you again, Daniel, ever. Do you hear me? Here, test me.
Are you able to go to the hospital?
Yeah.
Find out where?
Dude, I'm sorry, man.
Is she at Sydney, or at City?
I gotta map it out. I think Brenda's at EGMC.
Oh, great, well, I got them to the wrong fucking
Well,
hospital.
let me confirm. You wanna know where Brenda is?
Yes,
Okay, I'll
yeah,
find out.
right now I wanna know where Brenda is. Cause that's, I wanna go to City, because that's where I think I sent everybody.
Brenda's at EGMC.
I don't even know what I'm
Who
doing.
you,
I was gonna call Brenda's mom and tell her to go to.
what do you wanna do?
I wanna go, I don't know, what should I do? I don't know, I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
I wanna go where, huh?
Probably shouldn't go to City,
Why?
because they're gonna be taking care of Sydney, and I don't know if you're gonna have access to her right now.
So Brenda's at Akron General.
Yes.
I don't even know who I'm calling. Who am I calling? Akron General. Go to Akron General. Is my mom there? Tell my mom and Dave Akron General. Okay. Alright, so am I. She, no, she's not. She's not. Yes. You tell me she's alive, and I couldn't tell her that. Alright, let's go. Dude, I gotta go.
Where do you wanna go?
Yeah, I wanna go where Brenda would be. Who's car? Talk radio.